There's a crow outside your window right now who remembers your face. Not your car. Not your house. Your face. It has told its children what you look like. It has told its mate whether you're safe or whether you're a threat. And if you've ever wronged that bird, even once, even years ago, it is still holding a grudge. We don't think of birds like this. We think of them as background noise. Feathers and chirps and bathroom windows they poop on. But somewhere above your head, right now, there is a mind at work. A mind that plans. A mind that grieves. A mind that might, and I mean this seriously, be the next mind to inherit the earth. So here's the question we're asking today. If humans disappeared tomorrow, would birds build the next civilization? Let's find out why that's not as crazy as it sounds. Let's start with the crow, because the crow is where this story gets uncomfortable. Crows use tools. Not by accident, on purpose, with foresight. New Caledonian crows will bend a wire into a hook shape to fish food out of a tube. Nobody taught them that specific shape. They engineered it. They also do something stranger. They hold what looks disturbingly like funerals. When a crow dies, other crows gather around the body. They go silent. They study it. Some researchers believe they're doing something close to a risk assessment, trying to figure out what killed their friend, so it doesn't kill them too. That's not instinct. That's something closer to grief with a purpose. And crows aren't alone. African gray parrots understand the concept of zero, an abstract mathematical idea that most human toddlers don't grasp yet. Pigeons can be trained to detect cancer in medical scans with the same accuracy as trained radiologists. Not roughly the same. The same. We've been measuring animal intelligence by asking, is it like us? And every time we ask that about birds, the answer keeps coming back, closer than you think, asterisk. But here's where it gets strange. Here's the fact that should genuinely unsettle you. Birds and mammals split apart on the evolutionary tree over 300 million years ago. Before dinosaurs. Before anything with fur existed. Our last common ancestor with a crow was some small, forgettable reptile that didn't even have a proper brain. Nothing shaped like ours, nothing organized like ours. Bird brains don't have a neocortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and problem solving. Birds don't have one. By every structural measure, they shouldn't be capable of what we just described. And yet they are, which means bird intelligence isn't a smaller, cheaper version of ours. It evolved completely separately. A different architecture arriving at the same destination. Nature independently invented complex thought twice, and we only just found out. That should terrify you a little. It means intelligence isn't rare. It's not some cosmic accident that only happened once on this planet. It's a solution nature keeps finding, over and over, through completely different doors. So if intelligence can evolve twice by accident, what's stopping it from evolving again, filling in whatever gap we leave behind? Let's play this out. If humanity vanished tomorrow, birds already have the head start almost nothing else on Earth has. They're already everywhere. Every continent, every extreme, every corner of the map. That's not luck, that's a species built for domination. They already have language. Not a metaphor, real language, with regional dialects. Certain songbirds develop what are basically accents depending on which valley they were raised in. A city bird can genuinely sound different from a countryside bird of the exact same species. They already have culture. Knowledge that gets passed down, not through genes, but by watching, learning, and teaching. In one now famous case, a single bird in England learned to peck through the foil lid of a milk bottle to drink the cream on top. Within a few decades, the behavior had spread across the entire country. That's not instinct spreading. That's culture spreading. That's civilization, in its most primitive form, happening in real time. And they already have the one thing every empire in history has needed to expand, the ability to fly over anything that gets in their way. No mountain range stops them. No ocean fully stops them. No wall, no border, no blockade. Give that intelligence a few million years of evolutionary pressure with humans gone, and ask yourself honestly what you'd be looking at now. Before this goes too far, birds do have one massive design flaw standing between them and building actual cities: their hands. Or rather, the lack of them. Every human tool, from the wheel to the smartphone, exists because we have hands that can grip, twist, and manipulate with insane precision. Birds have beaks and talons. Impressive, but nowhere near as versatile. That's the ceiling. That's the wall between genuinely brilliant animal and species building a civilization. Crows can make a hook out of a wire. They cannot make a wire. But, and this is the part that should sit with you, evolution has broken through worse walls than this one before. Fins became legs. Legs became wings. A beak that was once just for cracking seeds became, in some species, precise enough for surgical level tool use. If evolution had another 10 million years, uninterrupted, with a genuinely intelligent species under enough pressure to survive, would a claw eventually specialize into something closer to a hand? We don't know. And that not knowing is exactly the point. Here's the part of this that really keeps scientists up at night. We've spent decades measuring bird intelligence using human tests. Mazes, mirrors, tool puzzles. All designed around what we consider smart. But birds process the world through a sense we barely understand. Many species can literally see the Earth's magnetic field. Some researchers believe it might look like a shimmer, or an overlay across their entire vision, a kind of built-in compass wired directly into how they perceive reality itself. Think about that for 1 second. There is a bird outside your window that may be experiencing a sixth sense layered on top of normal vision. A form of perception no human has ever felt, and possibly never will. So when we say a crow is as smart as a 7-year-old, we're not really measuring its intelligence. We're just measuring the small sliver of its intelligence that happens to overlap with ours. Which means the true depth of what's happening inside that skull might be a mystery we are not equipped to even ask the right questions about. So, would birds build the next civilization? Probably not one with skyscrapers. Not one with highways or written constitutions. But civilization was never really about concrete and steel. It's about memory passed down. Cooperation across generations. Tools shaped for a purpose. Language that carries warning and wisdom to those who come after you. Birds already have every one of those ingredients. Quietly. Invisibly. Right outside your window, every single day, while you were busy assuming they were just background noise. So next time a crow watches you walk to your car, and turns its head just slightly to keep you in view, ask yourself, is it just curious? Or is it taking notes? If your mind is officially a little more unsettled than it was 10 minutes ago, good. That's what we do here. Subscribe to BirdMind, because the next video might make you afraid of pigeons. See you there.